So obviously this broadcast is like an hour and a half late, so really sorry about that. But yeah, there's a mobile version of this now, which I didn't realize. I thought I was gonna have to go do the desktop version of this because that electricity in the house, laptop, green screen, all that fun stuff is bye bye. I don't even know if people are watching or not, to be honest, because I don't even see a counter on this thing that would tell me if people are on or not. I just have to like guess at it. I suppose. Oh, it does have a counter. Cool. This is so it's almost like camping and trying to do a news report. Try not to breathe on the candle too much. No. But yeah, I was gonna discuss the news stuff I saw, and I on my laptop I have like the like screenshots of the article and stuff like that that I had found. And there's actually a couple of things that are quite scandalous, actually. And I feel really bad not having like a picture next to me to show you what I'm talking about. Hi, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, I am basically been doing my news report pretty much like candlelight. Think electricity around the town, but it's like, yeah. Ice storm and the weight of the ice storm on the trees and it's almost like a half. Some of the trees have half an inch or more ice on the branches. So a lot of trees falling. I uploaded some video of it. Well, very romantic. It doesn't feel very romantic. It might feel a little more romantic if our well water wasn't electric pump. So we don't have running water. But thankfully, there's places like Walmart so we can get water. So we're not going to die. But I think I wouldn't survive the apocalypse very well because this is like, anywho. So I have no way of like really showing you all the images of what I found. But we're going to start with one of the articles I saw where there's a rumor, and so YouTube doesn't shut me down. Un like we haven't been able to clarify for sure if it's true, but there is a rumor going around that Hunter Biden has overdosed and died. Now, it's possibly he overdosed. It's possibly he actually might be hospitalized. But until we see him out about again with his dad or whatever, we can't know for sure. But if it did, it's probably either by negligence or for the fact that everybody in the world has seen just about every part of his body due to the hard drive that was on that laptop. Oh, also, hey, Darth Hasher, how are you? Also, I read an article that says the FBI has dropped all the investigation against Hunter Biden, and that the family is saying that the hard drive is fake and they want it back. Now, the way I see it is if someone said they had stolen jewelry from me and it wasn't real and it wasn't mine, why would I want it back? But whatever. Anyway, the FBI says that the reason why they dropped it is because the laptop repairman's story uh, isn't solid enough. The repairman's story is hardly important. The information that's on the computer is important. That's what that's the evidence. Because of what the repairman said. Like the FBI should be able to determine if this is real or not. And apparently one of the news channels or TV channels in China, like GTV or something like that, I can't remember what it is, released what looks like footage of Hunter Biden banging a young, darker skinned girl from behind. And it is rumored that it is the oldest daughter of Barack Obama. Now, it's also like no way of proving that one yet. But can you imagine? And apparently, there's a picture that next to some cocaine where I need a card or something. This will do. It's like a card where you go like this and do that into lines. Is a black like a black like one of those credit cards, Visa cards that are supposed to have like no limit, like those. It's just like platinum, but it's like dark with I can't pronounce her name. Malia, is that how you pronounce it? So it looks like it's possible. It could have been doctored, but the reason why I think it's possible is because if he has had dealings with China, and if you're in China for any time, they pretty much demand to have access to all your information. Pretty much your phones are tapped, your computer, internet connection, everything. They're a surveillance state of the highest order. So it's quite possible they had footage of him that he didn't know about. And if he pissed them off, they may have released. So with the way fact checkers is going, they get rid of stuff that's true and not true, depending on whether or not they like it. So it's hard to know for sure if this is fact or not. Have you seen the pictures? I did, but the image I saw was a girl, be anyone that's darker skinned than him, basically like laying kind of on her stomach, and him like kind of looked like he's trying to grab her hair from behind. That could be thousands of other people. So there's no guarantee it's her. I'm just saying that's the rumor going around that is possibly Obama's oldest daughter. She's legal, thank God. But still, can you imagine if it actually is? Like your vice president, your VP, your ex VP's son banging your daughter? Ew. Ew. I'm sorry. Do these people have no shame if that is the case? Hi, Naris. Hello, Bong. Hello, Cat85. Meow. But yes. Hey, John Peterson, how are you doing? Hi, Nigel. But yes. I must tell you that it does look suspect as fuck. Hey, Dave Bob. Oh my goodness, what exciting. I met him over at Loki's channel. Sorry, my brain's off somewhere else, so the other part of my brain is not working. Sorry. Anyway, like I'm super sorry for the broadcast, because I was thinking that if there was like outlets, those kind of outlets were covered and you lift up the lid and you can get to the plug. If they had that like Walmart and they had Wi-Fi, I was thinking about taking my laptop out there, but it's like literally like on the brink of freezing rain. Rain, but it's just above freezing. But when the sun goes down, it's gonna be much worse. And so I decided I might as well just do my broadcast like this, because I don't think I can do it outside Walmart. It'd be very weird. Yes, it does. And the FBI said they were dropping the case, or at least this is what the article I saw said. They were dropping it because the laptop repairman or whoever reported it, his story wasn't substantiated enough or something. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. I mean, think about it. If I broke into his house, for instance, and I've actually heard of a story like this. Somebody actually broke into a house a few years ago, and there is honor amongst thieves sometimes. And they looked on the computer and found that it was really bad stuff, like kid stuff on there. And they didn't even care that they had broken in the house. They went to the police, admitted they had broken in the house, stole it, because they figured what this guy was doing was way worse. And they actually gave the guy a reduced sentence for coming forward, because, I mean, priorities, people, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, I admit I broke into a house and let a pedo go free. I'm sorry. I would turn it into. But I don't really feel. Oh, I love you too, John. Thank you. Do you have power outage? Yes, I do. That's why we're doing this by candlelight and what little bit of data I have left. And this can eat up my battery power. But fortunately, like, we can charge the phones in the car and truck. So, like, I need to, I can go out and do that. It just, like, I should have just done this sooner and on time. So I'm really sorry I'm late. But I have friends in OKC. They're probably got the same problem. Hopefully they're lucky enough that they maybe have like running water, because where I live is well water and you need an electric pump. But thankfully we have gas going, so we can like cook stuff on the stove. You need a lighter to light it, because the sparky thing is electric. Come to find out, you don't notice those things until you're faced with it, and then you're like, oh fuck, okay. I don't think I'm gonna survive the apocalypse as much as I thought I would, because I'm all like, oh my god, how am I gonna sleep without noise and sound in the room? Like, oh my god, I'm way more steady than I thought I was, and I apologize. I think I've done myself a disservice. But anyway, can you imagine the FBI dropping this? The Bidens are the Clintons, straight up. I'm sorry, but that is so much. Dave, wow, I'm in Oklahoma. You're in Oklahoma? My condolences. Are you having trouble with did you get hit bad with the weather too? I mean, I think everybody got hit. It's just some people had power outages and some don't. I have almost 5 acres of land, and most of that is just like trees. So there's like broken trees all over and branches all over the bloody place. It's a mess out there. Like, fortunately, out in the front, like where we come into the driveway, it's not so bad. Oh, they're drooping a lot. So we have to kind of drive through the leaves and ice. But it's not so bad right here. But like on the other side of the house, and back there is it totally looks like a totally different landscape right now. I uploaded one video kind of showing some of the damage around my area, the town, but the video I was gonna upload of my yard, it was taking forever, and I was like, I'll upload it after the broadcast. Fuck it. Did you hear that? I don't know if a branch hit the house or not. Sorry, it's super dark all through here. Sorry about that. My bedroom window. Ow. Oh, I think that's what happened. Like over there, I think some tree hit the house. Thankfully, it's not a huge piece of a tree, but it's like annoying, just annoying enough to hit and make like a weird ass noise. I know it looks so weird. I'm hanging out my window. This is probably the weirdest newscast ever. I'm sorry. But yeah, look at that. You can. Oh Jesus, Bob. Say hi to everyone, Bob. She's antisocial. Sorry. Anyway, but yeah, all these trees, these were way perkier. None of these were touching the ground before all this. And this is just right outside. And there's a bit of a tree. Let me see if I can turn this so I don't drop my. Yeah, you can hear the crackling of the wood in the background. Like there's a bit of the tree right there hitting the edge of the house. That part, you see, if you see that part way up there, it's already bent. Most likely that'll come down the next day or so. Most likely from the weight. You wouldn't believe how much weight is holding on to these trees. Like I've pulled some of these branches down myself, trying to cut them when it was not icy, and it takes quite a bit of weight. So they could be 70, 80 pounds worth of ice in certain areas on these branches, and it doesn't look like it could weigh that much, but I mean, look how much it's bent down. And these are hardy trees that are alive. They're not like dry rotted. Did y'all hear that back there? You heard that loud splintering sound? That's trees falling. This is actually a nice view, actually. Yeah, this gives you a little, oh, there too, look. You can see it. Oh, shit, I don't know what to do about that. That could knock out power in this. I mean, we already have our power knocked out, but I think it's from down the road. If that gets knocked out, I don't know how a truck would come here to fix that. Hey, Alexander. All right, Bob, you need to like not be in the window, okay? It's in or out, honey, okay? Okay. In or out. Take your choice. Come on. Bob, I have a news broadcast to do. Come on. Silly cat. Thank you. Sorry about that. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find my way in here. It's like super dark. Okay, here we go. Okay. What am I doing? It's fucking tennis. Okay, so sorry I'm back. I guess that was, yeah, there was that. Exclusive footage of destruction. Dude, no kidding. Yeah, I heard something thump the house, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Thankfully, the trees that are super close to the house are not, it's not in such a way that's going to cause too much damage. But it did land, apparently, a large branch did land on my car. And like, that was in one of the videos I just uploaded, or uploaded like 2 hours ago. But anyway, back to this Hunter Biden bullshit. It's totally scandalous. They would drop the case because they think like there's something wrong with what the repairman said. Like they're the FBI. They should be able to know if the stuff on the hard drive is legit or not. So who gives a fuck if a Care Bear handed in to the FBI? So cat named Bob. Yes, her name is Bob. There's actually backstory to that. So when she was first born, she fit into my palm. She was such a little thing. She looked like a little bobcat. Like her little paws were bigger than they should have been for her size. She just had markings and tusks, and she just looked like one of our cats that hooked up with a bobcat or something. And so we decided to name her Bob because we couldn't tell if she was a boy or girl at the time anyway. And at the time, I was dating a guy who was in the Navy, and he was in the Seabees. Technically, he still is, I suppose. And but he used to, back in World War II, were called the Bobcats. And so he thought, oh, let's call her Bob. Well, let's call him Bob. Then we found out it's a girl. And there's girls out there named Bobby. So we figured the cat doesn't really care about gender names anyway, so she just stayed Bob. And that is her story. But yeah, if Hunter has at least not currently banging Obama's daughter, that is totally just because it's gross. Like, that's her dad's friend's son. And the fact that he's probably what, maybe 23, 24, and he's like what, 52? Yeah. But at least should be legal. So technically there's nothing legal about it. It's just scandalous at thought. Honestly, that's really my view on it. But I'm really upset the FBI dropped their case. I mean, what in the fuck? What is it with the FBI and hard drives and data? They can't seem to find their ass with both hands. Not with Hillary, not with Hunter, not with fucking anybody. It's unbelievable. Bob is gender fluid. I think so. I mean, she's fixed. So then you have like a sexual orientation at this point. So she's there. She's got attitude though. She's definitely sassy as fuck. She's got an attitude. But we love her. I've been through some storms in the past. Not fun. Yeah, like it was raining last night. It was so cold. And then we woke up to this. And last time I was there to film some of the other damages in the backyard, it started raining again. And I'm like, as soon as it gets cold, it's going to get worse. So, yikes. So right now, I feel like I have to rough the old-fashioned way and make my coffee on the stove. I know I sound like I'm having such first world problems, but I'm used to things being a certain way. But anywho, let's see. Okay, I love you, but I've lost my range. I don't think there's anything I can do on here about that because, well, actually, I guess like after the stream is over, technically I can watch the replay, and in the chat, if I can find you, I can add you back. Wasn't aware that I took it, but don't take it personally. You haven't done anything bad. Literally breaking. Yeah, right. It is breaking news, right? No flashlight. Yeah, there is one flashlight. One. And it's like the light fixture part is bigger around than this cup. It's one of those camping ones. And like I set it on the floor and shoot it toward the ceiling so it kind of lights the entire room. But that's for like right now there's still a bit of light here. So I understand. Well, if it ends up erased like a lot of other stuff. Well, yeah, because it's already on the internet. There's already footage everywhere. Like people are sharing it left and right. So like they always say that once it's out on the internet, it's never truly gone. And like I said, like the footage it shows him banging someone, can't confirm who, banging someone from behind. Released by a Chinese like TV channel. So I wonder what else they have. And I wouldn't be surprised if certain people that he may have been doing business with had footage of him, whether he knew it or not. And probably like, as long as you play along, we won't release this. And maybe he didn't play along. That's possible. Or like, hey, if you get caught, we're putting this out, whatever. So it's entirely possible. Why he would now see what amazes me is that if I need to fix my hard drive or whatever, like I personally know how to do that sort of thing. It's not hard to have your own personal computer tag. So why he took it somewhere to, I guess, someone he probably didn't know to have his computer repaired? So weird. Like, how can you be so careless? I don't even have scandalous stuff on my computer or anything because I'm boring and it's safer that way. But like, I would still most likely opt to do it myself. In fact, I have a video somewhere where I'm changing out like the fan in my laptop instead of going to a Hey, Love Shack, how are you doing? Sounds like The Last of Us 2 footage. I haven't watched that, so I have no idea. I actually am confused by that. Well, okay, I saw that. Plowing back 9. I don't know what that means. I feel silly that I don't know. I feel like I should know what that means, but I don't. Hold on, let me go pour coffee. coffee on the kettle on the heat the coffee. Everything. Wow, that's not taking long. Anyway, but what's y'all's opinion on all this? Like, because the video, the picture I saw, it was supposed to be Malia. I can't pronounce it. It was it circled an area like it showed her like last summer or the summer before in a bathing suit, and the circle of spot was supposed to have her. It's like, what the hell's going on? It's in a power outage, dude. Ice storm hit, so like there's like no electricity. Thankfully, we have like gas that works, but like there's no power here. Like here in a little bit, I'm gonna have to go to the truck and charge this phone, just so I can like upload shit. Anyway, we were talking about some of the stuff, the like unofficial rumors, because I'm not saying for sure. We don't have any evidence yet, but it will be weird that if there's a rumor going around that Hunter Biden either OD'd and is in the hospital in critical condition and or is dead. I guess and but well, I guess dead is critical though, I reckon. In the heat now. Nope, wrong way. There we go. Anywho, like he said, he was like a while back that he was guaranteed to follow his dad on the campaign trail. So if he's not there, yeah, electrical is out. Man, that kettle keeps the heat. That's nice. Anyway, but yeah, we'll I guess see if we see any of him. But it's a tough call on whether or not we'd see him, because honestly, if there was that kind of dirty footage of me out and about, I probably wouldn't be showing my face either. Truth be told. Yeah, this candle is starting to get weak. It's running out of kerosene. It's one of the emergency candles. Yeah. Yeah, kerosene's running out on that. And I thought we had a bottle of kerosene, but clear out. Sorry, I got confused with Mecca Random 42. She said something about streaming from Walmart tonight. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I almost did because they have Wi-Fi, but I wasn't my battery, like it's not a great laptop battery, so I'd probably be able to only be on for like 15 minutes and it would be gone. This has actually lasted longer than I thought it would. Shows that what kind of father Joe is for his son to be in that condition. Right. Well, I don't. Well, at this point, like, I'm not sure that Joe Biden is any mental condition to prevent his son from being this way. Maybe like 10 or 15 years ago or whenever it was, because they were talking about how they were doing fact checker stuff about whether or not he was kicked out of the military for failing a drug test. And fact checker says it wasn't true, but I remember seeing the headlines years ago that that's exactly what happened. That all the media was talking about it. Then they hushed. So it seems like a lot of people on the internet have short memories, but I remember seeing the article because at the time it happened, or time I heard about it, I was dating someone who's in the Navy, so it made me think about that. I remember relating that to that, so I know that happened. So whatever fact checker says, I know that part is true. I have several backup electrical lanterns. Lucky fucker. And a backup generator. Extra lucky fucker. Oh, meow, mankini. I keep trying to say mankini instead of makini. So sorry about that. But yeah, but at this point, I mean, yes, years ago, I think Biden could have maybe tried to do something to prevent his son from being like such a nutty druggie. But like right now, they're doing this weekend at Bernie's thing with him where they're barely holding him up for him to be able to function. So hold on, I'm going to get the other candle. That one's running out of kerosene. So, all right. Yeah, the other one's dying quickly. So here we go. Anyway, so, but now at this point, I'm sitting here like wondering why, for instance, Joe Biden's wife isn't doing more to help him. There was like this. He was talking in an interview, and now apparently he thinks he's running against George. So I guess he thinks he's running against George Bush. Anyway, and his wife had to like lean in and correct him. Said Trump. Like, how embarrassing is that? Your wife has to lean in and like, hey, psst. Like, this is awful. Someone needs to put a stop to all this. This is madness. Hey, Sith Lord, how are you? You have to burn some furniture to keep warm. I have. There is gas in the house. You do know that, right? Unfortunately, there's not a gas heater in my room, so it does get cold. There's a nice thick blanket over the window, so it'll help keep the cold out. Anyway, but yes, who has a spare generator powered by a I don't know of anyone who does. I don't think we've felt that it's, I don't know, we should probably have something like that prepared in case the apocalypse does happen. Depends on what kind of apocalypse. And you also got, like, depending on how it works, you might have to have, like, put like some kind of exhaust pipe going out of the house so you don't like build up carbon monoxide and shit or something, because that could be bad. At least Bernie could remember who was running against, right? No shit. At least Bernie Sanders knows who the hell he's up against. Like, but God, I mean, at first I didn't feel bad for Biden. Now it's gotten so bad. I think he needs to be in a rest home because his family has gone nuts. Like, Hunter's probably going to benefit somehow, some way from his daddy being president if it works out. Of course, the wife gets to be first lady or whatever, or at least well taken care of in some fashion if Camilla takes power. COVID season part 2, lamest zombie apocalypse ever. Dude, right? Never run a generator indoors. No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, you got to make sure you got some ventilation going on and shit. Like, because if you have zombies, you don't want to be outside with the zombies because we've all seen how that goes. But I'm just saying, depending on what kind of apocalypse. If it's like, I don't know, like those apocalypses where like the volcano causes like another like winter and like shit starts failing, then yeah, like it'll probably be safe to be outside, except it'll be cold. But anywho, but yeah, I feel bad for him, and like Hunter Biden seriously needs rehab, like badly, because I mean we only see a glimpse here and there of people's lives, and so this is the glimpse we're seeing. What about the 90% of his life that we don't see? Holy shit. Can you imagine what kind of absolute shit show that must be? And he's 50. Like, this is something you expect with somebody in their 20s. But this dude is going crazy like he's a rock star. Like, wow. He's like the worst trust fund baby ever. Anyways. Yes, I feel bad not having like my little pictures right here. I can be like, here's the article. So, of course, one of the pictures might have got me in trouble because it does kind of show some like mild nudity, like a back and a lower back and a hip area. So I don't know if I would have gotten in trouble for that one. But yeah, so. But we have a fireplace. No, this house was not built with a fireplace. Whoever built this house back in 1940 did not put in a fireplace. We don't even have central heat and air. So there's a gas furnace thingy. Like, it's one of those old school ones. They have like that, it's almost like a potted or terracotta type grating on it. Fuck it, I can just show you. Screw it. I'm pretty mobile right now. What I'm talking about. You'll probably recognize it because it's old school. Well, it's fucking dark. Holy shit. Let me take the candle with me because damn, that living room is dark. And I have to walk slow so the candle doesn't come up. So hold on. There's a step. It is. This is what I'm talking. Like, when I say old school, I'm not shitting. I think we are all old enough to have remember warming our feet by this fucker in the winter. So, yeah. We rock it old school here. Try not to walk too fast, knock the candle out. Come on. There you go. So let me close that door because people are watching a movie on their phone right in there to keep them entertained. So, anywho. That is dark. It's actually not super, super dark. It's just that this phone doesn't pick up light the same way. Like with this light right here, I'd be able to read fine, but the camera is not picking it up the same way. So it looks extra dark. Yep, parents had those. Yeah, I know, right? This is like the second house I've ever lived in that had one of those. But yeah, I couldn't remember what that porcelain type stuff that goes, in front of the flames, but I knew that most of y'all would recognize something like that. Because we had that, and we had one of those wall heaters that it's really hard to explain, but it's like 3 or 4 feet long, and it's instilled into the wall, and you get heat on both sides from it. We had to take it out because it was so old we couldn't find parts for it. So we had to install that one. So Blair Witch Bride. If Biden gets elected, we have to listen to Camilla cackle for the next 4 years, because she will take it over within 6 months. I would say like 3, 2, 3. And it would probably be sooner, but they don't want us to look like we were right. So they want to at least like give it a little extra time. Like, oh, he's, not doing well. And like, I don't know what's going to go on Biden. I'm sure he and her have some deals going too. So. But Blair Witch Project. I guess I could do that angle and be like, I'm so scared. No, but I can't even do that with a straight face. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is definitely a weird way. I never really thought I'd do a newscast this way. Not what I had planned. This one is third till they upgrade to a furnace. I miss using my electric kettle because it always maintained a certain temperature, so like it never overcooks the coffee, but I can like hear it bubbling away back there. Laptop from hell. No, phone. All power's out, so I can't use my laptop because the battery will, like, even if I had it freshly charged, doing StreamYards and that, it might last 20 minutes, maybe. I'm surprised the phones lasted as long as it does, considering how StreamYards is. I'm actually quite surprised because this was at like 80% or less when I started the stream. So it's actually holding up quite well. But I really wanted to talk about the Hunter Biden thing. And like I said, I have no proof. There's no full evidence, but it is some interesting speculation, as they say. And so I actually wanted to talk about that last night, but I was talking to a friend on the phone and the power outage happened. Then I was on the phone with a friend. I'm like, oh my God, dude, the lights just went out. Cause like all day it had been kind of flickering, like one of the wires was getting messed with a branch, kind of hits it wrong. And so that had been going on. I think he's talking about, oh yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I thought he meant mine. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm dumb. I'm sorry. But yeah. But just because you're not sure about the guy who reported its story, just check. You're the FBI. Just check the fucking thing yourself. The FBI is probably so bought out. Like I don't even like. Oh my God, Hillary must have called in a favor, like, hey, help my buddy out here. You think? I know. He's like, yeah, because he was sitting there with his wife and he was talking about he was going to beat George, and she's like, Trump. I'm sitting there like, oh my God, does he think it's 2004? What is this? Like, what year does he think it is? Like, holy shit. Like, I feel bad for him because at this point, I don't think he has the wherewithal to even like if he was going to put a stop to his son behavior, it should have been like a decade or two ago or more, depending on when this started. But I guess he focused so much on his political career that he probably neglected his sons. I think he has a daughter too, but I haven't heard much about her. Probably because she actually stays out of trouble, or at least has the decorum to stay out of the limelight. Because you could do dumb shit. At least try to stay out of the public eye. Just saying. Oh, meow to you too, Gerald. Meow. It's elder abuse. Yes, I totally agree. Because sometimes he seems like he's with it, and then other times he's kind of not. And what stops him from pushing the nuke button or something? I mean, because yeah, and Obama's out there endorsing him. I mean, I understand in normal circumstances him out there endorsing him because that's his buddy for the last few years, but But if you know that your former VP is in no condition to take on that job, you're just actually helping Camilla. Let's read, or Camilla. I'm gonna call her Camilla. You know who the fuck I'm talking about? Camilla Harris chick. So basically, he's actually helping her by doing this because, I mean, like I said, he thinks he's running against George Bush. And his wife seems like she's sharp and aware of everything around her. Like, so she's allowing this. Like, she's allowing her husband to be used this fashion because she's going to benefit. Hunter's going to benefit even more if he's alive, because we don't know if he's in the hospital or whatever. Only the upcoming days will tell if he tweets or if someone sees him out somewhere. If we kind of don't see much of Hunter Biden anymore, I'm going to suspect that something has actually happened to him, other than the fact that he's like basically been globally humiliated by having, like, someone sent me a clip and I was like, what is this? Because like certain parts were blurred. So I saw skin color, but I was like, what is this? It was on my messenger. So I hit play. Thank God nobody was around. But apparently I think he was getting a foot job or something from a girl. I'm not sure, because like you could see like a foot kind of moving up and down like this. And like he's from like another angle and his hand is near to that area coming from the other way, you know? And the girl was like, I didn't know my feet could do this. And I'm like, and I wrote to the person, I'm like, the fuck, dude, why are you sending me this shit? I mean, you could tell me you heard about it. I don't need to see this weird blurry action. No, I don't. I need to know what she can do with her feet. I don't need to know. Don't need to know. But he said that he heard a rumor, and I do say rumor, I am an underlying rumor, that could actually be his niece. And I'm like, let's try to give the benefit of the doubt that maybe wasn't, because that's kind of extra gross. But like, holy shit. And I'm like, I'm like, it could be any girl. Like, we don't know. But that, I think, was also released by that GTV or whatever that came from China. So apparently that channel has a lot of footage. And I'm like, but what I don't understand is why they would release it. Because if if they're both having dealings with China and they might benefit from Biden being elected, why would they be putting that footage of his son out? That's what I don't understand. That's very confusing to me. I don't see how that would benefit them any. Unless somebody on the opposing side was like, hey, I can offer you a shitload more money if you release this. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only way I could see that would have worked. Camilla is a politician. There's a Camilla is like awful. She's locked up so many people. She did what she could to suppress evidence that might have released people. That's horrible. Just the idea of it. I can't remember who said it. And I think it was Thomas Jefferson, but I'm not 100% sure. And I mean, he's exaggerating slightly, but it gives you the general idea. He said it better than that 10,000 guilty men go free than one innocent man be imprisoned. Now, obviously, nobody wants 10,000 guilty people running around, but you get the concept of what he meant. He meant that, like, to do everything possible to be sure that someone's guilty before you throw them in prison. So the idea of someone cutting corners to make sure they win the case and throw someone in jail is terrible. Because if they're truly guilty and you've got all the evidence, why would you need to suppress anything? It's suspicious, and it's fraud, and it's corruption of the highest order. It honestly is. Oh, thank you so much, Sith Lord. Hashtag 20 like hype. Not sure what that means, but it sounds positive. Oh, does that mean I have 20 likes? Is that what it means? Because on here I can't tell. I heard something, but I never saw the picture or video. Foot job was meant. I saw. Well, when I say I saw the video, I saw, like, I don't know how long the video was, but I looked at it for about 20 or 30 seconds. But I'm sitting there like, because there's parts that are blurred and it's in a dark room, like we're having right now. And I'm kind of like trying to look at it and figure out, what the hell am I seeing? What angle am I supposed to be seeing this from? So it was taking me a minute to kind of figure out what I was looking at. And then, I just realized it, he puts his hand down this way, and I realized, so his hand's coming from this way toward the middle. Like there's a foot going toward the middle from the other direction, and the foot doing this up and down motion. Then I'm like, And I'm like, oh, yeah. So it took me a minute to realize what I'm looking at, because I'm like, because there was no message with that. It was the video clip was sent to me. That was it, and it was like, so I had to figure it out for myself. I'm like, oh my, and I can't even confirm that was Hunter Biden. I cannot. It in the what little I could see, it looked like it had the same body build as him, but like I said, that could be 1,000 other people, and I couldn't really hear the voice very well, so there's no way to match that. So to be fair, like I cannot confirm. I just confirmed that I saw a video that was partially blurred for censoring out dude's wedding tackle, and a foot going toward that area and it being blurred with that, and doing this up and down motion, and her going like, I can't believe my feet could do that, and I'm like, I didn't need to know. I mean, as long as it's legal, it's technically not our business. So long as it's like incest or someone underage, I don't really feel that was our business to know. But God, and what I found weird, one picture I did find suspicious. It was a picture of him laying in bed and he looked asleep, and he had a methamphetamine pipe hanging out of his mouth, kind of half hanging out, like it kind of stuck to the bottom lip as he sleep. And I'm like, it makes me think of what was it, Dave Chappelle, when they were giving him trouble. He was pretending to be that crack user, and they were like, you were asleep high on crack, and he's like, how the hell am I gonna be asleep if I'm high on crack? And that's made me wonder. I'm like, how's this guy asleep if he's high on meth or whatever it is he's using? Because that's a meth pipe, but you can technically put other drugs in it, I assume. So I don't. To me, that particular image looks like he fell asleep and someone just put the pipe next to his mouth and took a picture. That one looks staged, to be honest, unless he's been up for a week and just passed out right then and there. Because sometimes you're tired enough, your body just goes to sleep, it just crashes out, and there's no stopping it. So I feel like that one was probably staged. The other stuff, maybe not, but just happened to be asleep with the pipe laying perfectly on the pillow, like not falling off or nothing. I think someone staged that one on him. I do. Like, I think he's scandalous. I do. I just think that particular image was probably bullshitted. Someone probably set him up on that one. That's my guess. I guess I'm fired again. Dowd, you're not fired. Sith Lord can DM you the link if you need it. I want to pass out now. Well, if you need to get some sleep, we understand. Oh, technically you have 23 likes. Whenever I'm moderating Azalea's 22's live stream, either she or I or someone else does a hype like hashtag, usually resulting from 10, 20 to 50, etc. Okay, fair enough. Well, on here it helps me know because I can only see the back of StreamYards on my phone. Hey, Angela, we have been talking about Hunter Biden. And the FBI has dropped the case on investigating the hard drive, which is weird because they said that the computer repairman story seems to be lacking somewhere, which I don't understand because the evidence would be in the hard drive. So it kind of wouldn't matter what the repairman said unless the repairman claimed to be a direct witness to something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, who cares who reported it? Like, if the evidence is in the hard drive, it's in the hard drive. It's pure and simple. And the Biden family has said that hardware, the data is fake and they want it back. I'm like, if it's fake, why do you want it back? And what do you mean back? Back would indicate it's to return to you because you once had it. If it's fake and you didn't have it, why would they return it to you? Like, it's in the wording sometimes. You're just like, oh, of course, right? Oh, also, and there's rumor that he has been banging Obama's oldest daughter. That's her proof because the image I saw showed a girl with slightly more melanin than him, darker skin, from behind. And so that could be a million other women. Like, it really could. Like, there is no, like, they claimed there was a birthmark and they were circling it like on one picture and that picture to compare it. But in that circle, I didn't see a birthmark. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, to be honest. I'm not saying it is or isn't her. I'm just saying that image itself is not evidence to me. But it did show that there was like a credit card with Obama's daughter's name on it next to like some cocaine where they did lines, but that could probably be photoshopped. So it's really hard to tell because with fact checkers running wild through the internet, they were getting rid of stuff that's true and not true depending on whether or not it fits their narrative. So it's, your guess could be as good as mine. There's even a rumor that he may have already died from an overdose. But heck, he could also just been hospitalized in critical condition and someone just carried it a little further. So basically, it's one of those things that only time will tell. Like in the next few weeks or so, if we see Hunter Biden up and around and traveling with his dad or whatever, we'll see that clearly he's alive. But if not, it will make me wonder because he could be dead or he could just be hiding his face because he's embarrassed from all the stuff of this. Because if that kind of stuff about me showed up on the internet, oh my God, dude, I wouldn't want to ever show my face again, ever. So like, I can understand wanting to hide after that. So even if we don't see him for a while, that may not be necessarily an indication that he's gone. So it's all quite circumstantial. We're not totally sure about any of it. But I thought I'd at least share some of this wow stuff that I have found. Like wow. Because before my power went out last night, some stuff came across my feed and then more stuff. And then somebody sent me a video clip that looked like it was released from a channel, news channel, or a TV channel in general from China that had him basically getting a foot job from some girl. And I was like, who the fuck? What the fuck? And the guy who sent it to me, because he didn't send me any explanation with the video. He just sent the video. And I'm like, so it's been 20, 30 seconds trying to figure out what the hell I was looking at. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm like, why are you sending me porn? I'm like, what is this? And he's like, it's supposed to be Hunter Biden and it's rumored to be his niece. I'm like, ew, God, ew, I hope not, ew. But with everybody being blurry, there's the lighting was about like it is right here. You could barely see anything. So I'm like, that could be a stretch. I really feel like that's a stretch unless you got something much more concrete to make that accusation. So somebody's getting a foot job from somebody. That much is semi-clear. It's kind of blurry, but you know what I mean. But I'm like, so it's really hard to tell what's real and what's not. Because some of that stuff looks like it's totally like a setup, and because you got things that are like lighting like this, it could be anybody in that. I mean, like I said, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that man is innocent by any means, but there's some stuff that just seems a little too convenient. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. If that rumor is proven true, it should get blown wide. Oh, absolutely. Because gross. Ask Hunter Biden, that dude screwed up, considering the fact he got kicked out of the U.S. Navy. I didn't know if it was dishonorable discharge or his daddy at least saved him from that and got him like there's like three kinds: dishonorable discharge, general discharge, and discharge with honorable, like under honorable conditions. I think that's like the three that they basically have. And I think I would assume that he got a general discharge, which means you just weren't fit for the Navy, but you didn't fuck up super, super bad. And I know one guy who was able to just skate through, although he was just really bad about getting to work on time. That was really his only deal. He just got enough Article 13s. He was in the Air Force, but military is military for the most part. Like, they both like you to show up on time, and you can be punished by either. And so, anyway, but yeah, people are talking about fact checkers saying that he was not kicked out for drug use. And I'm like, I remember the headlines when he was. I remember it. I do, because like I said, when I first started hearing about the headlines or discussion about it, I was dating someone that was in the military at the time. And it was the same branch, and I mentioned it to him and he was like, oh yeah, if you get caught with drugs in your system, he's lucky he didn't get sent to the fucking brig or something, for real. Like, if his daddy being who he is the only reason why he probably didn't. Because I think Army goes to Leavenworth. Air Force, I think, goes to someplace in California sometimes, in San Diego. And I'm not sure where Navy goes, depending on, they could go to Leavenworth maybe too. I'm not sure what all military prisons are around. But yeah. Anyway, my chat seems to have frozen on me. Sorry. Evidence in the hard drive is fake, but the key for the true evidence uploaded to the cloud is in the hard drive. Well, see, but why would the evidence in the hard drive be fake? If someone had access to the hard drive, they could probably get the password to get the stuff from the cloud and show that. So that's why I understand. Why would there be fake and real on there? That seems odd to me. An award for best last Silent Hill cosplay. How is it even? All right, but some dude with a weird triangle head and like a huge weapon comes up like from Silent Hill. I am getting the fuck out of here and screaming like a girl. Anyway, high five, Asher. So yeah, but I don't understand. The evidence in the hard drive is fake. Well, how did the fake evidence get in there? I mean, if you're good enough with repair, you should be able to find a back way in and find the passwords and get to the cloud. And if that's where all the goodies are, then why not just, why make up fake stuff? Just put out the real stuff. That's what I don't understand. So I find it all quite suspicious and all quite a mess. I think there's a good chance that maybe 60-40 of it being real and some of it being fake. Pyramid Head, yeah, that dude is. I remember trying to dress up. I did a terrible job of it, but I tried dressing up as one of the nurses from Silent Hill. But I just couldn't make the bandages look dingy and old enough. I wasn't really good with that. And it just so happened the bar I had gone to that year, a guy had dressed like the fucking Pyramid Head dude. I was like, bro! It turned out to be someone I know, and we high fived. It was funny. Like, shit. His was good, dude. His looked like the real thing. Like, he put work into it. It looked legit. I was impressed. It was really good work. It was made out of PVC and some other shit. He did fantastic. I mean, it looked like aged metal and everything. It was so good. I can't even. Like, it was so good work. I can't help but I think I'm watching someone tell a spooky story. Well, I don't know. We're talking about spooky rumors of Hunter Biden. Ooh, is he a dead man? Is he alive? Has he OD'd? Has he been banging Obama's daughter? Dun dun dun. We don't know. Try to make it all spooky. But yeah. Oh, I almost blew that out. I need to watch where I'm exhaling my cigarette. I'm letting run like it's maybe your last. Oh yeah, I'd run like a little bitch. I can't help but think oh yeah, I saw that. That what we call a trap. Meow. But anyway. Oh, it's definitely dark outside now. Like it was at least light a little bit ago. Now it's like that's cold and dark. Ooh. Like I'm have to do like see if any like how bad it gets if it rains anymore. Like the damage is gonna be so much worse. And I'm worried about that one power line where all those trees are draped over it. I'm like, because like I don't know how they'll get a repair truck over here. They'll have to like park up the hill and come down here and climb up that shit. That's pretty much what they'll have to do. Well, I don't know. Depending on how wide the truck is, they might. Oh wait, no, there's about a 2.5-foot ditch going through the center of the yard. So, oh, thank you, Sith Lord. Yes, money is always nice. If people want to show some love, I would totally appreciate it. Because we do actually need more emergency candles like this because the other one's out. So this is the last one. But at the moment, I think it's 7:08. So I'm not sure what time. Like, because Walmart didn't have any of these. Like, their candle section had been raided hardcore. And paying $10 for a shitty candle is like, are you kidding? Just because it smells like a fig? Are you shitting me? No thanks. Walmart is way too proud of their fucking candles. But Home Depot, I don't know what time they close, but they would have like emergency lighting and stuff like this. Like they probably would. I don't know what time they close. So we're going to survive with a flashlight and a candle tonight is pretty much what we're doing. I need to go check my coffee. So y'all excuse me for a minute. I'll disappear into the darkness. Oh my god, it's so I'm trying to see. There we go. Oh, well. Okay, I'm back. What kind of candles? 8 p.m. most locations. I'll get the one that's not lit so you can see it better. So I don't have to. They're like this. They come with like kerosene in them, and a little wick. But this one sadly died a little while ago. The wick is in really good shape. I just don't think you can. I think these are like, yeah, I think they're kind of riveted on, for lack of a better term, which is dumb because there's so much wick and you could actually just put more kerosene in it and use it again. We also do have a kerosene lamp actually, but it is also empty because I didn't know we were going to have a snowstorm before Halloween. So I had no time to prepare. So I used the last of the kerosene for one of the bonfires. So that sucks. I was ill prepared. I am so sorry. Oh, hello, Lady Q. I'm sorry. I saw the 8 p.m. most locations, didn't read who actually wrote that. I am sorry. Hello, Lady Q. How are you? So glad to see you here. Oh, hugs, Ancient One. Like, smells like unicorn farts. Yeah, they sell a bunch of Now, don't get me wrong. The one that smells like figs sounded really enticing, but they wanted $12, and it was only, actually, it was about the size of this. So it's like about 3.5-inch candle by about whatever the circumference of that shit is. I don't know. But yeah, sorry, it's a little warm in here because I heater. So I got like a hoodie and a heavier shirt underneath. So hold on. Oh, I just hurt my shoulder doing that. Because I had this on when I was going outside to film footage and just kind of forgot to take it off. Okay, there we go. Okay, all right. Oh my god, now it looks like I'm just a floating head because it's such a dark purple. Cookie! Oh, you're tired, Lady Q? I'm sorry. I just saw your video you posted. Yeah, I have another one I'm going to post in a little bit, but it was taking forever with my dad. It was so slow because there's no Wi-Fi. So when I upload with just data, it's very hesitant to do so. And so I was like, I'll just upload it in a little while and I'll just do the broadcast now because everybody, like, I was already an hour late doing it. And I was like, fuck it, just do it. Because I don't know how many people are talking about the Hunter Biden thing and what they, and some of the, but I noticed they're trying to do their best to take it down as fast as they can. Which, like I said, if it's fact checking stuff, they're going to do the same thing with the truth as they are going with lies. Because if it's truth they don't like, they'll treat it the same way they would a lie. And so that's why, like, saying, oh, they're taking it down, that's proof. It's not technically proof, but it doesn't help when they take stuff we know is true down and call it a lie. It doesn't help their credibility at all. It just, nothing's safe from them. Because I understand not wanting to spread misinformation. I understand that concept. But when we know for an absolute fact that something is true, like Hunter Biden was kicked out because of drug use, we know this. I remember the headlines, and it seems like the world has a very short memory. But I remember it. This isn't one of those Mandela effect things where I remember something wrong. No. Lots of people remember. I remember. Y'all remember. We all do. So, like, it's madness. It's madness they get away with that. They always, ooh, that's a little strong. Fuck me. I'm gonna let it simmer a little too long so it kind of cooked most of the water out. But George Orwell said something along the lines of, in times of tyranny, telling the truth becomes revolutionary, or something like that. And it's so true. Ooh, I hope we have rolling papers because I don't like throwing away cigarette butts. I always try to make sure I ration my tobacco. Shit's expensive. I've got a couple of notifications. Hold on. Someone commented on one of my videos. He's like, where the heck do you live? I live in a place where a snowstorm or an ice storm hit. That's where I live, sweetheart. And besides, on there it says Oklahoma, so I'm not sure why he's confused. I don't think anybody actually ever reads the descriptions. Or at least not everybody. A lot of times I actually am caught just doing the same thing. I'll watch a video and not read the description. Excuse me. But yeah, here in a few minutes. I don't know what percentage that is. What is that? 29%. That's actually better than I thought. It looked like it was at 15%, but it's at 29%. So we have some time to chat. But yeah, that's kind of where I think we're at. Do you have any oil lamps? Oil lamps. I think there was some kind of decorative kit that we got. It was an oil lamp kit, and I think we got it for Christmas one year. Well, obviously that's not it. Where'd it go? There's an oil lamp over there, but I don't know if it has any kerosene in it. One of them cracked a hole in it, so like, let me move this out of the way, because maybe. But that lantern is the same as a kerosene lamp, really. That one's bone dry too. So this is the one that has the crack in it? No, I don't think this is the one that has the broken glass in it, because one had broken glass and it was leaking the kerosene, so we had to get rid of it. I think somewhere though, we do have oil lamps, we just don't have oil. That's like our big issue, really. So let me see what's in here, because I think there was somewhere that might be it. Maybe. What all is up here? We got little tiny oil lamps. Those are so fucking cute, but they're probably empty. I don't see any kerosene though. Oh, there's that battery tester. Dude, I wonder where that fucking went. No, we're pretty well out of kerosene, it seems. So yeah, basically, like, if I can send somebody, or I can drive myself technically, because I've driven in snow and ice storms, and this is not even like the worst. Honestly, like the 2007 ice storm was way fucking worse, and I drove in it in the beginning and the middle of it, and I did fine. And that was like 50 miles both ways I was driving. So this, hold on. Will someone see what time Home Depot is open till? They might have kerosene. Hopefully you can hear me over their movie phone thing. Did you see my comment on your video? I might have. Like I said, I'm on my phone. Sorry, it's getting really hot in here now, so I'm like, oh. I had made it extra warm because I had been outside, so I was like cold and wet. Now it's like, can't breathe, hot. I don't know if I saw it. I might have. I tried to comment or respond to every comment, legit comment, because, you know, bots. But so I might have. I have to go back and look again. It doesn't use kerosene, it uses lamp oil. Okay, fair enough. Well, this takes kerosene, I believe, kerosene or lamp oil. And so, like, it shouldn't necessarily be too different. I wouldn't think. Is it? Well, they might have both either way, because they have like tiki torches and shit they sell there. They sell like pretty much everything you would need for patio and like probably emergency lighting stuff. So they might. I mean, they'd be able to direct me in the right direction, I think. So if they have lamp oil, which I think is actually thicker than kerosene, even though they're both oil based. I hope y'all doing all right. We're doing fairly okay. We don't have any running water, but like there is like gas stations and stuff that sell water by the gallon. So if worst comes to worst, we can always go get more water. So we're okay on that department. We're a little short of money, so like, but we'll be okay, I think. But yeah, like if I have to tinkle, I'll probably have to go outside and I'll be like, oh, my bits, that's brisk. That's not going to be fun. But so far, I haven't gotten to that point yet. So as they watch her drink her coffee and wait for the inevitable. I think I am good on cigarettes. I don't know. Because definitely got to have cigarettes in power outage. An open pack. So I'm good for the night. So we got that. We have food. I'm used to microwaving food, which I know isn't really good for you, but we do have gas, so I can always cook on the stove, so we will not die there. So that's good. And I got the last rotisserie chicken that Walmart had. Well, they actually 44 minutes. It was set for 44 minutes. Like when we left, it would be the next batch would be done. So I'm sure other people got some too. I mean, I didn't take the last one, let everybody else be fucked off. Didn't do that. But hiccups. Oh, it's when the hiccup burp thing. Yeah. Anyway, so how is everybody? They close at 9. That's not bad, actually. Yeah, I don't know, like my local one, like in Midwest City, because that's the Home Depot in Midwest City is the closest to me. I live in Oklahoma City. I live on the edge of Oklahoma City. So if that's the one you looked up, then that's cool. Because I don't know, locations may vary. I don't know. For fuck's sake. Fire safe bullshit. I swear the fire safe stuff is probably worse for you than regular tobacco. Like if I want to go to sleep with a cigarette in my bed, it's my business. I don't do that. Hey, Bruce, how are you? Dinner, hello, chat. Hello, dinner, hello, chat. Meow. Yeah, this is pretty much my news broadcast because we have no power. I looked at Oklahoma City. They said it closed at 9, just like the. Okay, so they all close at 9. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Meow. Anyway, so yeah, I guess in a few minutes I'll head that way and get lamp oil or something, and then we can have some light all through the house. Because like it's just so off-putting having like no light whatsoever. It's like, and of course, this will give me a chance to charge the phone in the truck or vehicle or whatever, like whatever you want to call it. Because yeah. Oh, yeah, I think they have Wi-Fi too. It'll give me a chance to download some songs on my other phone. Oh, I dropped my phone in a puddle. I hope it's okay. It seemed to be working, but I stuck it in a bag of rice just in case anyway. Thanks. Like that's the one I would use for filming and stuff. It actually turned to fall today. Yeah, sort of here too, except branches fell. Like we had like 2 or 3 days of fall and then like ice storm. I can't remember if we ever had an ice storm before Halloween before. That's usually high culture casino. Yes, still power problems, which sucks because we have well water, so that requires an electric pump. But we do have gas, so we can cook food, we can heat water when we have water, like when we go get it. Yeah, gas heaters in a couple of rooms of the house, so we're not going to die. It's not going to turn into that movie Day After Tomorrow where like everything like froze up and killed everybody. So, but it definitely is. Yeah, it still feels like a fucked up version of camping. Yoga boots, yoga pants, and fuzzy boots. I still can't get over that. I'm like, oh my god, careful! The pumpkin spice brigade is out and on the loose, y'all. The dudes wearing North Face jackets. I haven't actually paid attention yet. I'll see if I can take. I know if I go to Home Depot though, that's not gonna be the kind of people there most likely. Unless stuff at Walmart sold out, and they're going there out of desperation. I'm going there because I hate Walmart. Well, it's tricky because like on the ground it's kind of thin, but on the tree branch I'd basically have to try to shake tree branches for pieces of ice, which can be done. But considering that like there's convenience stores where we can get gallons of water, I don't think we're quite that bad off just yet. So we're probably gonna be okay. It's just really inconvenient right now. We even like cut down on like my data plan because we're like, yeah, I don't leave the house much, so there's not a need for a lot of data. 3 weeks later, here we are. I'm like, fuck. Like, Lord mercy. Still in my shorts and flip flops, dude. If it wasn't ice on the ground, I would have flip flops. Like, because even if it's cold, it's like a short trip from here to the car. So I'm like, psh. But it's ice and wet on the ground. I'm like, we're gonna wear regular shoes today until it hits 30 and I'm showing my calf. Sexy calves, mind you. Wow. Da 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 da. Showing some ankle. It's warm in here. It took him a second to see Culture Casino. Yeah, I was really sad. Like I was really wanting to have like visuals like next to me for doing my newscast. So like this one, I think it's one of those things. I guess I'm just gonna have to take it out of my phone because it's in my phone and just like put it on Twitter and tweet that was what my news was about, with the article with the link to this or something. So that way people will see what I'm talking about. Like that's the only thing I can think of really. Yeah, there's a couple of, there was another topic I wanted to discuss. Okay, so I'm assuming everybody's memory is decent enough, at least for this year. You know, this has been a very long year. All right, so everybody remembers when some of the riots that happened in Minneapolis, and they burned the police station down. Well, now something called, I think, the Star Tribune or something like that, the other night, like out of nowhere, popped up with an article saying that it was the Bugaloo Boys, that it was alt-right people that had done it, not the people who were originally blamed. Even though I had to go back a ways, and most of the first like few pages of results of Google were all suddenly Star Tribune and the U.S. and USA Today picking up the story from the Tribune, repeating the same story out of nowhere. But I found one from back in August, and that article was naming 4 different people, not the people they're naming now, as part of the people who did the fire. But now they're blaming some guys from Texas that identify as Bugaloo Boys or something like that. At least that's what they're saying in the article. So they're blaming a completely different 4 set of guys for what happened in Minneapolis and the fire, the police station being burned down. But we all saw the TV. We saw the people that were doing it. We saw them. It was a bunch of kids dressed like in all kinds of different ways doing it. Like, and they had arrested like 4 guys that were ringleaders in doing it. And now they're saying it was 4 guys from Texas. So they completely changed the story. And I'm like, and they're trying to like put results on Google so the older stories will go further and further down. Yes, they are suspect as fuck. But yeah, Biden says it's been 5 years since 2020 started. To be fair, it feels like it. So that's probably the only one I won't hold against him. Because I even joked earlier today, man, 2020 has been a long decade. So to be fair, it probably just feels like it to everybody that 2020 has been that long. I'll give Biden credit for that one. But 2020 has been a long 5 years. Like, no lie. Slinks down in chair. That ain't us, seriously. It's been 5 years since 2020. Like, feels like since it started, it's been some up and down shit. I'm telling you, I thought last year was a fucking shit show. Last year was a shit show in my own personal life. This is like 2020 became a shit show in everybody's life. It's like, wow. It's like last year was bad for you, but let's still distract you. I lost like 3 friends last year. That's crazy. One I'd known for like less than a year, one I'd known on and off for a couple of years, and one I had known for 20 years. Can you imagine being stabbed in the back by someone you've known for 20 years? Someone you've known for that long, who was friends with your dad. Someone you've known that bloody long. Atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. Like, like I don't know what happened to him. He just didn't used to be that way, but whatever. Whole other subject. Anyways, 30 like hype. Oh my god, 30 likes already? Thank you. I am super. This has been the worst 2020 ever. I don't know how many we've had, but it's definitely been the worst. Not knowing how many we've had. I say that because there's no telling how many times civilization has ended and started all over again. So they may have had their own 2020 that went to shit as well. Unpopular opinion, this shutdown has been the biggest disappointment for me. but my life came together this year. Well, I'm glad 2020 worked out for somebody. I'm definitely glad to hear your life came together. That is good. Like, that is good. Sometimes bad things happen. It gives us a chance to reflect and like self-analyze if possible. Like, did I do something to deserve this? Could have I avoided this? And also gives you a chance to sometimes see who your real friends are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody could be on good terms with you when, things are well. But what about when shit's happened? You know? Like, you want to see who's really there for you. And like the last like month or so, that's really shown me that. And I was super like there were some disappointments, but I was really super glad to see the majority like were cool. They either stayed out of it, which is fair, or had my back. There was even some people that jumped in that I didn't even know that were like defending me and fighting on my behalf. And not just on my behalf, but in general, because of what was going on was so atrocious. Hey, Slasher, how are you? I had hoped to go up near the East Coast to help somebody, and because their weather looked like it was going to be decent, like in the 70s, and I wasn't able to go. And now here in Oklahoma, we have an ice storm. I'm like, motherfucker, we have worse weather than New York right now. I'm like, what? Madness, I tell you. And it says, I want to be a plumber or a septic person, but when you're starving, you'll work. Well, I know some people actually do go to school and want to be a plumber because the money is decent. I mean, it's gross, but like kudos to them. I see, it's like janitors, plumbers. I think it was something else, and like trash truck workers. Like that's not a job I would want. But man, can you imagine how bad things would be for us if we didn't have those people? Like those people are top fucking notch. I'm just saying. Like they do a job I couldn't do, and I totally give kudos to anybody who does that, for real. They're like the first responders of our infrastructure, kind of. Like, because sanitation, sewage, those are super fucking important. Otherwise, you'd have fucking your trash building up at the corner in a mountain. Your your sewer lines would be disastrous. Oh my God, it'd be like the Dark Ages. It'd be horrible. So I absolutely do send my love to all plumbers and people who handle nasty ass shit that I would not be able to handle doing. I don't even like plunging my toilet. It's the concept. Like, ugh. But if it's overflowing, you got it. But I'm just saying, I'm not a fan of that. So yeah, no ice storms here. Lucky Slasher. Lucky everybody who's not here. Because I think because the numbers fluctuate because it depends on who you ask, but it was saying anywhere from 2 to 500,000 people were without power. 200,000 was like one of the earlier counts, and the highest I saw was 500,000. I don't know how much has been restored since. Not us, clearly, but yeah, I'm just hoping that if like I won't mind waiting if they have to take care of houses that or people are like on oxygen machines and shit. Like I would obviously rather they get taken care of first. But I'm sure like if I had that issue, I would call the electric company and I would be like, listen, and tell them the issue. And hopefully they would get priority, but hopefully they get everybody taken care of soon. Mario made so much money by plumbing through the mushroom kingdom. He might as well spend his money on shrooms. Oh my God. Shrooms sound like it would be a fun way to pass the time right now, but also don't know how I'd handle the dark with it. Because the dark kind of puts me on edge. And you don't want to be on edge if you're tripping. That's just not a good idea. Exactly, Maura. I'm right there with that net being that nasty. Oh man. I guess some people are just built tougher than others. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be made out of some tough stuff to handle that kind of gross. And I'm just not made out of it. It took me till I was 30 to even not be totally grossed out by deboning chicken. You know how you get your meat scissors and you got like the thigh and drumstick and you try to cut through that? That crunching sound, it just made me cringe. So I wasn't even able to do that like without cringing till I was 30. So like I'm just not built out of the same tough stuff that some folks are. That's all that's true. I think we might get snow at the end of the week. Plants Rally flag if you need a job in San Antonio. Oh man, I can never. I don't think I ever. I mean, I could timber. I can visit places. Maybe I have a hard time. I'm not. I don't travel well. But like, so I was gonna take a like if I was gonna go somewhere, I'd want to take a plane because the quicker the better. Because the transition of traveling is. Mm. Wi-Fi utility launch device pulse. For what reason? Keep sending me that. I don't know what it means, so I'm not gonna do it. I was on shrooms in the dark. I'd be eaten by a grue. I don't know what a grue is, but I think you might be confusing mushrooms with like LSD or something. Cleaning fish used to grow. Ah, oh, dude, yeah. Like I could probably run a knife over it and clean the scales off and shit. Like that wouldn't be an issue for me. But they straight up cutting like through this and getting like little air sacs and shit out. I used to watch my dad do that when I was a kid. Like I was like, oh, it's nasty. I know I could gut an animal. I just couldn't. Fish would be the closest. But like anything else, like I couldn't do it. Like I'm not even sure. I mean, it depends on the animal. Like if it was rabbit, something cute, I couldn't do it. I know that sounds like such a girly thing, but if like things got really bad and I had to, and there was like boar are big, angry, mean, dangerous things. They're not cute and fluffy. So I could, as long as I'm not like where I'm gonna get my legs knocked out from under me, I could probably shoot a boar because they're scary and dangerous. So I wouldn't feel as bad about shooting one of those. But like anything cute and fluffy like a deer or bunny rabbit, I don't think I could do it. But fish, I think at this age I could probably handle the fish situation probably better than I did when I was like 7 or 8. So thankfully, from what I understand, there is a shit ton of wild boars down towards southern Oklahoma. So if it got really bad, like we'd go down there and we'd have to borrow a gun from someone. We don't have one. We're too poor for one. They're expensive. Guns are expensive as shit. I mean, even those little shitty ass ones you would put in your boot are like $200 to $300. And those board, you're gonna need a lot more than the 357 for sure. So you need something that's like an $800 gun to fucking kill one of those things. Those things are hardcore. That, and I think if there's anything that isn't fierce, I feel like it's unsportsmanlike. I mean, I'm not downing people who do hunt deer and stuff like that. I'm not trying to down you. I'm just saying from my own personal belief. If it's something that could actually kill me, I feel like that's at least more of a fair fight, you know? Like alligator. Like I probably wouldn't have a problem killing an alligator. I might have to worry about it getting me first, but I wouldn't have any moral objections to killing boar or alligator because those things can rip you to pieces if you're not careful. So I don't feel like I'm picking on a little animal. I think that's part of my thing with hunting. I mean, obviously, if you're hunting deer and stuff for your family, I'm not judging people negatively. It's tough times out there. Everybody's got to do what they got to do. Old game, Zork, if you were ever in the dark, you would die because you were eaten by it. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know what that. I still don't know what that is. Like this angle is not doing any favors for my forehead. It looks like I have a 5 head. I think it's the curvature of the lens or something. Wookie says kill them all. Kill all what? Boar? You don't want to do that. You end up with a food shortage issue. One thing I can't stand is people who do sports hunting. Like you just go out there to kill an animal and you don't even use it, just leave it there to rot. Those are people I just cannot stand. Like, I don't mean to sound like such a tree hugger, but when I see images of people who look like they're so proud standing next to a giraffe they killed, like, let's be real, you're not going to eat the fucking giraffe, you silly bitch. You just shot it. That is just terrible. I hate that shit. That is unsportsmanlike. Look at a Mosin Nagant. No, thank you. I'll stop you right fucking there. I have shot a Mosin Nagant, and I remember because I was like being warned, like, be careful, it's got some kick, and I already had it in my hand, and I'm like, well, fuck, the guys are looking now. I can't just not do it. I got to go through with it. I don't want to chicken out. So I just took aim, shot, and it like knocked a little air on me. I was like, oh my, it had kick. So when they told me that, I braced myself for it, but it still kind of So I'll pass on the most in the gun personally. Like I'm fine with like a rifle of some kind. Like an AR, I could go with an AR. Like I'm fine with those. Most guns are $300 to $500. Less on holiday. An SKS would be. I've fired an SKS before, so I could go with that. And I think that's 7.2 by 6.9. 7.62 by 3.9. That's the numbers. I couldn't remember. I got a little dyslexia. But yeah, I think I have ammo for that. We have ammo around the house for guns we don't even have. I even found like half a case of 44, and we never have had a 44 in this house. I was like, where the fuck did this come from? You know, we have stuff we don't even have. It's funny. Kitty, you should one day convince Mad Squirrel to do another Between the Nuts session with you. Expect as a parody where it mentions jokes on how she taught you how to transform into a cat. I have not heard from Mad Squirrel. She was supposed to be on our live stream. Like one of the last live streams I did when we were talking about zombies and stuff. And like I was like, hey, the show's about to start. Got no response. Afterward, I was like, hey, we missed you. You didn't show. Are you okay? And like I haven't seen a response yet. And I'm like, I hope everything's okay. I'm a little concerned actually for her. I'm hoping everything's okay. I would try a giraffe if it's for dinner when I go to someone's house. Well, I mean, yeah, I can see if it's there, you at least try it and not be rude. I mean, but I'm talking about people who just shoot animals for fun, for sport, so they can take a selfie next to a dead animal, and that's that. That's disgusting behavior. I hate when people do that shit. Like they shoot a lion. You're not gonna eat the lion. We all know you're not gonna eat the lion. You're just gonna leave it there to rot. That's disgusting. Like I hate people who do that. Hunting because you need to feed your family, or you're short for money and you need to feed your family. I get that, but like just shooting an animal just to kill it, I'm like, oh, weirdos. Like, so usually I don't mind when someone gets eaten alive by the internet because they posted a picture they killed a lion. Like, unless you're in a situation where your life is actually in danger and you've gone out somewhere and there's like a mountain lion or any kind of wild animal and it's about to attack you and you need to defend yourself, I can see doing that. But that's not sport hunting. That's self-defense. There's a difference. But you went out of your way to find a wild animal to kill for no reason? No. No, no, no. I'm sorry. I refuse to be friends with people who do that. Giraffe chuck steak sounds amazing. That sounds. I don't have any idea what that would even taste like. I'll have to look it up. I'm sure somebody at some point has eaten giraffe. So I'll probably Google what does giraffe taste like. But that would be a lot of meat because they are fucking big. But like if you were like if you shot it and you were actually going to eat it and feed your family and any left extra meat you gave to other families that were needed food, like I said, that's at least you're feeding people. I heard another tree fall. It has a weird sound. It almost sounds like a very low caliber gunshot at first, and then you start to hear the splintering. So I think that's the initial break of the tree, and then the is it splitting is tearing. So I just heard that sound again. It came from the southeast part of the property. So another part of a tree is down. I think another one. I think that's something smaller fell. I heard. Oh, I think it's starting to rain again. Shit. This is gonna be so bad. Oh, fuck. Mm. Oh, most ones do have a kick, but they really do a wonderful job of leaving something dead. Well, so do SKSs though. At least I would reckon. But yeah, an SKS I could deal with. An AR-15 I could deal with. Technically anybody can deal with a 22, but I would want something with more stopping power like those other two. Because I don't if I shoot something, I don't like if I was hunting, I don't want to like wound it and make it miserable because that like I would want it to end its suffering as quickly as possible. I would be like the most humane hunter. Like, I really would. So, like, I was raised since I was little that, like, hunting or whatever, like, you should never make something suffer. It isn't right. I think as soon as I finish the cigarette, I am going to end the stream. Oh, my arm. Oh, my shoulder. And head over to Home Depot. Well, I don't know if I have money. I don't think I can check. Actually, I might be able to check if I leave this page, but it may go dark when I do, to check and see if I have, like, what money I have on my PayPal. So if it goes dark for a second, like, I'm not ending the stream yet, but security challenge, oh, for fuck's sake. Give me a box to check is not a security challenge. Oh, okay, that's enough to get, like, I think some kerosene or something. It's not great, but I think we can just get through with that. Oops, I almost swiped the page, sorry. Hopefully Squirrel doesn't get too overwhelmed. She needs to do one day. Yeah. So I must, I forgot I can highlight it like that. Well, yeah, I assume something must have come up from Ad Squirrel, because she wouldn't just purposely, like, ghost on somebody for no reason. That's why I was saying I hope everything's okay. And I was concerned because she would at least say, usually she would at least be like, hey, sorry, I can't make it. Something's come up. Like, so, like, it must be something that really has her attention. I mean, they may be having internet issues and some other stuff going on, so who knows? All right. I think it's time to go and hopefully get what I can. So, it's been super awesome. Y'all have, like, hung out in the dark with me. Like, I don't know, I might stream later. I don't know. What day is this? It's Tuesday. I don't know if that's prime. Did y'all hear that shit? That sounded like it was right outside the window. Ah, is that a cat? Sorry, cat. I didn't see you there. Where's that big ass flashlight? Where's the big ass flashlight at? Fair enough. Socks, you blend in. Stop walking in front of my feet right now. Didn't touch it. Oh, it's still on the floor. All right. We're gonna try my daughter's room because it sounded like something really big fell out here. So, it's got a springy thing. This thing is gonna try to kill me. I know it. Let's see, what the hell fell? Oh, I think another piece over there fell. Oh my god, is the spider web all over me? Ew. Yes. Someone tells me he's not out right now in this weather, though. Like, something large fell. I think it's right over there. I think that might be what fell right there. It sounded fucking huge, though. Holy shit, y'all. It sounded like half the house came down. Oh, hi, Bob. Anyway, so be safe over there. I will certainly try, believe me. Of course, this time of night with the weather the way it is, there probably won't be many people out and about. Fuck, that is actually bright as shit. I think survived the whole night last night. Because I had it on. I think we'll definitely try to get some water while we're out. Anyway, let's see if you will chat. Will do, bros. Lots of hugs to everybody.